All right, hello and welcome guys. This is Yasir Khan, and in this quick video I will be discussing the simple way to become financially independent. Now, I've been making videos in this channel on many different topics. Some of them relate to building wealth, some of them relate to quitting your job, retiring early. Other videos relate to assets. What should you buy? What should you not buy? Um, but I still feel, because of the questions that I get, I still feel that many people do not understand the concept of financial freedom or financial independence. If you remember, if you've been following my channel, I created a video on financial freedom. Um, I think it was 3 or 4 days ago. And then some people messaged me on my Facebook page asking me to clarify what financial freedom or financial independence is, which is why I'm making this video for you right now. It's not an abstract concept at all. Financial independence or financial freedom are pretty much the same thing. Okay, the wording might be different, but they're pretty much the same thing. And all that means is that you have enough passive income coming in monthly to cover your monthly expenses. So for example, let's talk about me, and let's assume that I need $3,000 every single month to retire, right? And if I can somehow get earn $3,000 a month without working for it, which means that my investments and assets are working for me, then I'm financially independent because I don't need to have a job, right? So the concept is very, very simple, but following through and creating all these income sources, which kind of help you get there, is a little bit more involved, as you can imagine, right? We're not talking about playing the lottery over here, right? We're not relying on luck or anything similar to it. We're talking about working smart, not hard, but smart, and making sure that you have something to fall back on if you lose your job or if you want to retire early. Okay, so once again, whatever your monthly expenses are, if you have passive income coming in which is higher than those monthly expenses, then you are financially independent. And by definition, all truly wealthy people are financially free or financially independent. Okay, um, so how do you get there? um, how is it possible to get there in 3 to 5 years? Well, the thing is, if you're willing to learn new skills, then you getting there will happen more quickly. Okay, as with all the other things, becoming financially free or financially independent is a function of how much you understand money, how much uh, how adept, how confident you are at investing that money to bring in more income, and how much how many obstacles you are willing to face on the way. Okay, because nothing is going to happen without giving you a little bit of grief. Okay, that setbacks happen, and they have happened a lot to me personally over the last 10 or 12 years since I've been doing my own thing. And that's how you learn. Okay, either you can throw your hands up and say, well, okay, I'm done because I met this certain setback and I just don't want to do it anymore, or you figure out what went wrong, and then you make sure that you don't make the same mistake again. This is what I've been doing for the last 10 years, more than 10 years actually. So rule number one to become financially independent is to convert your earned income, which is your salary or wages, into passive income. Okay, you already knew that, you already saw that coming, but I have to say this because this is the central rule that everything focuses on. Okay, you go to a job, okay, and you make money, you save a little bit, well, more than a little bit of money. I personally would save 30 to 40% of that income, or find a way to make more money and then invest it for passive income. Okay, the second thing to understand is that by definition, if you want to retire early or become financially independent, you will have to make a few sacrifices. Okay, for example, you ideally should not be driving a very fancy car, because that's going to cost you a lot of money, and you can put that money away to buy assets which are going to finance your retirement. Okay, and the difference between doing this and not doing this is retiring when you're in your 30s or 40s, or working till you are in your 70s or 80s. And once again, I know people who are working in their 80s, not because they want to, but because they have to. Okay, so please make sure that this doesn't happen to you. The third thing to understand is that you have to become financially educated if you want to get there. Because, see, the thing is with society, many of us think that wealth and money is created by chance, and that is not the case at all. Okay, only the lottery works that way. And I know people who have won the lottery within 3 to 5 years. Most of them were broke again because they don't know how to manage money. They have no financial education. They got a windfall of money. I think one person won $1.2 million or something in the US, and they lost it in 2 to 3 years. They bought a couple of fancy cars. They lent the money out to other, their friends or family, and then they lost it. Okay, so you have to become financially educated. There are so many blogs out there. You can follow this channel, this YouTube channel. You can, follow financialsamurai.com. You can read stuff on mrmoneymustache.com. These are amazing blogs, guys. You have to go and check them out. Okay, it's totally free. And it will dramatically improve your skills, because once again, at the end of the day, it comes down to skills. There is no exception to that case. Okay, if you want to make sure that you build wealth, the lottery is not going to work for you. Okay, and gambling is not going to work for you, no matter what anyone tells you. All right, so yes, we all have to make a couple of sacrifices. For example, I had to make sure that I keep my costs really low in the first couple of years that my business had started taking off, so that I could take some money and invest it to bring passive income. Okay, I bought one or two properties back in the day, I think. Okay, you should do something similar. Another thing is that the world is changing rapidly. Okay, and you and I both have no idea what will happen in the next 10 years. Yeah, sure, we can argue that robotics will be here, more robots, more artificial intelligence, all that stuff. Yes, and that is true, but the problem is no one can accurately pinpoint and predict the future. And most of the jobs that we currently have will be automated. Not all, but most. You have to figure out what jobs will be automated and which ones will not be able to be automated. Okay, I know people, engineers, lawyers, doctors, who used to have decent jobs, but now they cannot find anything because the economy is changing rapidly. Okay, so when you become financially independent, no matter what happens to your job, you won't be in dire circumstances, because you would have something to fall back on. And it pays to have a modest lifestyle. Now, I understand that many of you if you're watching this video, many of you don't want to have a modest lifestyle, because once again, this channel is based on, is on wealth and freedom and money. I get that, but the thing is, 3 years ago, I used to spend a lot of money. Okay, I used to spend a lot of money. I used to go out every other day. I used to drive a very fancy car. And then I realized that I was getting a lot more uh, happiness out of experiences as opposed to buying things. Okay, so I just stopped buying things, and my quality of life has improved, and my expenses have, they've dramatically dropped. I mean, you'd be surprised as to how much I actually spend every month. It's pretty crazy. That's how low it is. So it takes a little bit of change in perspective. But of course, I cannot tell you what to do, because it's your life and you should make your own decisions. But it helps if you have a modest lifestyle, at least at the beginning, because then you can save up more and invest in assets which bring you income, and that's what's going to get you to become financially free. Now, when I say save money, I don't mean save money in the regular sense. Okay, I'm not saying you should start penny pinching and saving it and putting it into a savings account. No, don't do that. The only reason why I even mention the word saving is that for you to direct that money into assets. All right. Now, in another video, I explained how money today is not money but currency, but I use the word money in many videos because it is easier for people to understand what I'm talking about. Okay, another way to get there is by not saving any money, but by borrowing, money and investing it in assets, right? I did that. I've done that in the last 5 years. In fact, I haven't used too much of my own money or savings. I just use the bank's money to create assets. It's a little more risky, but then again, if you don't have financial education, everything is going to be risky. Okay, so please make sure that whatever you try, you should first start small with it, understand how it really works, and then go into the bigger things, because that's going to make a huge difference. I don't want you losing money by just jumping into something you have no idea about. Okay, I know many people who've done that, and they're not really too happy right now, so I wouldn't want that to happen to you. If you remember, in the other video I mentioned that in 2008 I lost around $50,000 trading stocks, and that's why I made a video, uh, and it was called "Do Not Trade Stocks, Invest in Stocks." So please do check out that video too if you missed it. But ultimately, becoming financially independent is not about saving money. It is about, you know, becoming financially educated. Now, the good thing is this is one of the most valuable skills in the world, because less than 3% of the population knows enough about money. Most people think that all they can do with money is just save it and then spend it. This is the wrong way of going about it, guys. If you become financially independent in the next 5 years, then you can spend the rest of your life the way you want to, instead of working 9 to 5, 5 days a week for a job that you hate, right? So, yeah, I guess I pretty much covered everything. Thank you for watching this video, and I just wanted to mention that I might seem a little out of it today. It's because I'm not feeling well. It's just one of those days where my energy is a little off. But as always, my promise is to you to make one new video every day, because I'm getting many comments and views on the video, so I know that people want this kind of information. And once again, if you liked it, please feel free to share it with your friends and family. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in another video. Thank you.